Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, Halloween is nearly here, but not everyone is content with how the season is going. So we sent some folks to find out what's happening with all these pumpkin profiteers. Here's what we found.
First, they told me I was too old to trick or treat, and I said nothing. Then, they took away our costume shops and even our local toy stores, and we said nothing. And now they've taken our pumpkins and are trying to sell us the spices back at a ridiculous markup, and we will be silent no more. Who are they? Big Ween.
That's right. The gigantic corporate machine that Halloween has become has big stacks of cash and a powerful lobby behind it, and they're coming for everything we got this season. This affects our aunts, our uncles, and our brothers and our sisters, all of our pumpkin. Don't believe me? Just look around. St. Luke's Methodist Church on Alumni Drive has been my local pumpkin superstore for the last umpteen years. And I stopped by this week to buy some pumpkins to carve Lee Cruz's face into, and it turns out they're not selling them anymore.
We can't compete with the big box stores that sell pumpkins for $3 that we were selling for $20, and that was because the distributor told us that that's what we needed to charge. So,
Will you at least be selling Lee Cruz stencils?
no, I don't think we'll even be selling stencils this year.
It's terrible what they've done to the little guy.
Pastor Mark's take had us look a little deeper, and it wasn't long before we found what we're calling the pumpkin spice correlation. According to a Nielsen survey, annual sales of pumpkin-flavored products reached an all-time high this year at just over $488 million, which is not only a record, but 15.5% increase from 2017. However, we're talking about pumpkin-flavored products, not pumpkins themselves. In fact, that boring old canned pumpkin filling you can get at any old grocery store that has a stadium named after it saw a drop in sales of 1% last year. During harvest time, we're no longer harvesting pumpkins, but simply their essence. And if you control the pumpkins, you control the spice. And Big Ween is using more and more pumpkins and less of them, which subsequently has caused the Great Pumpkin financial effect. Charlie Schwab. So how do local businesses cope? We head over to Country Boy Brewing to find out.
Is the pumpkin price pricing you out of using pumpkins this year?
No, we just don't use them in the pumpkin beers. We feel like there's some other fall vegetables that taste better, and my partner Nate always says that squash tastes like what pumpkin wish it tastes like.
Okay, what's the difference in the two pumpkin beers that you have?
One is a light, it's called our pumpkin ale. It's a lighter, but more of a traditional pumpkin beer, where this is a stout base, darker, a little bit heavier, with oatmeal added for mouthfeel.
When I taste this pumpkin oatmeal stout, what should I be looking for?
Nuances, definitely when you're tasting the nuances of the pumpkin spice that's laid in there with the oatmeal. The squash adds a little bit of that vegetable flavor in a great way, with the roastiness bringing out those good sugars inside the squash. Well, it's a delicious beer.
Now you said there are pumpkin spice. Why are we harvesting only the spice out of the pumpkin? I could taste no vegetables.
Was it good?
It was delicious. Getting some cinnamon and lightheaded. I mean, I don't get any pumpkin at all, which is a good thing for local businesses.
That's right. It's all about supporting local and supporting what tastes good.
But as a local business, you think we can get around that by not using pumpkins in our pumpkin product?
It's almost like we're sticking it to them right, real quick. Like, hey, guess what? This delicious pumpkin beer, boom, no real pumpkin in it. Joke's on you now.
Exactly. Stick it to the man and drink your local beer. And maybe this year we'll remember the reason for the seasoning, and that's to get free candy from your neighbors. They may take away our costumes, they may take away our pumpkins, but they'll never take away my candy! Back to the Big Ween puppets in the studio.
Thank you very much. I'm not a pumpkin guy. I like candy corn. I'm like the only person, but I do.